Good afternoon, everybody. I just realized my curtain is open and you can see the blinding light, but you know what? We're gonna go with it. I'm sorry to your eyeballs today. It's not even really that sunny. In fact, it's not sunny at all. It's just that the clouds probably aren't super thick, so there's still a bit of light coming through. Anyway, 500 millibar chart, upper air. First thing that's just base state right now is we have initially a large kind of broad trough feature with also a center of low pressure just closer to us off to our northeast here with its own kind of trough-like feature around it. We also have a ridge off to the west sitting right on California pretty much. And that ridge off to the west really is not going to move much at all. It will expand a little bit, but interestingly, as we head into this evening and into tomorrow morning, we can see that the trough really kind of focuses on this axis here from Texas all the way up into, well, pretty much our area. And that could lead to some precipitation. We will have to see. Though, if I were to guess, I would imagine that just where we are positioned with this trough, that the precipitation, any precipitation that might be associated with this, may not necessarily be over our area. Maybe around here this evening, this late afternoon or the evening when it's first really starting to develop, perhaps then we see some. But really, that we just find ourselves underneath that for the most part of tomorrow. Now, here's something interesting. Tomorrow afternoon and into the evening, we see a lot of spreading out of the height lines here. And that is certainly some pretty significant defluence. Now, again, you aren't exactly supposed to use the 500 millibar level for that. You're supposed to go a little bit higher up, but nothing wrong with using the 500 millibar level for defluence, and there's a lot of it. So perhaps there is some large scale forcing for ascent, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be precipitation. So we would have to look at other things to determine that. But afterwards, it looks like we even have another little kink right in here that is probably going to ride down this way and make its entrance. And you still see some of that spreading out, a bit of defluence here. So I think maybe you could make more of a case for some large scale rising motion across our area as we head into Thursday morning and into the day Thursday, especially into the day Thursday, probably closer to Thursday afternoon, as this little kink also starts to make its way in. Could certainly be something to keep in mind. Taking a little lower dive down to the 850 millibar level, we can see that main low pressure system just off to our northeast right now, with this little trough associated with it all the way, stretching all the way down. And that really doesn't change. I mean, this kind of broadens out and sort of becomes separate from the other thing to our northeast as we kind of saw the 500 millibar level. But it doesn't really look too significant. But oh boy, look at that. Right up here to our northwest is that second system, that little kink. It is much more evident on the 850 millibar level. Oh yeah. That is probably going to lead to some pretty notable rising motion across our area as this comes down closer to us. So I'm thinking Thursday is probably a good day to watch out for precipitation. Just in general. I don't know yet if it'll be snow, freezing rain. That will depend on the temperature. Probably not rain, just because it's been so cold lately, but who knows? Maybe this will have a pretty good surface cyclone associated with it that might bring some warm air up. We will just have to keep looking and see. So let's look at the surface. We do have a little area of high pressure just off kind of to our west here. And of course, that will meander a little closer to our area and move over our area as we head into Wednesday morning, so it'll get a little bit colder, unfortunately. But things do lighten up here, and sure enough, yeah, ooh, we do have quite a nice surface cyclone developing here. And yeah, we are starting to see on the east side of the cyclone and to our west, we do have, I know it's kind of hard, well, let's see if I can't zoom in a bit. Now we've zoomed in on an area to our west. You can see Wisconsin here, Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa. And as this low pressure system develops and moves in, you can see that the winds shift kind of from northwesterly and curve right around to mostly southerly with a little bit of westerly component, but especially southerly as you're a little bit closer to the low, like in Minnesota and in the eastern portions of the Dakotas. Very southerly winds there. And, they're not super weak. I mean, there are a couple that are like maybe 5 knots, but you see some 10 and 15s in there. So, yeah, I could definitely see the system bringing up some warmer air as it moves into our area. Now, whether or not that air will be warm enough for anything other than snow will be remains to be seen, and we won't get that far on today's video. But what we can do right now is look at our highs and lows for our current forecast period for today, tonight, tomorrow, tomorrow night, and into Thursday morning. So let's do just that. It looks like temperatures today are going to get into the low 20s. Unfortunately, not going to get up into those upper 20s. Would be nice, but not today. And then overnight, we are really going to dip down. Oh, goodness. Tonight and into tomorrow morning, we're likely to be in the lower single digits once again. 2-3 degrees, not fun. As we head into tomorrow, we do warm up, at least compared to the low. We're not going to warm up as much as we are going to warm up today. It looks like we are going to stay in the upper teens, 18, 19, 17 degrees. Fun. Not going to hit that 20 mark, unfortunately. But it looks like it doesn't get as cold tomorrow night and into Thursday morning. It looks like our load is going to be around 10 degrees. So we might not even drop into the single digits. Maybe we get down to 9, but it looks like we might be staying in the double digits for tomorrow night. That's a win in my book. So now let's move on to take a look at our precipitation. It's taking a minute to think. There it goes. Really not a whole lot. Seeing some lake effect on the lake. Really not a whole lot. Until we get that next system, of course. That system coming down. Excuse me. That is likely to impact our area Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. You can start to see that here Thursday morning, starting to impact portions of Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. Now, we do have to remember that some detail is lost here because it is an ensemble that is the mean of a bunch of different members. So let's just take a quick little breeze through, make sure we're not missing any small-scale details. And yeah, not much. So maybe tomorrow night into Thursday morning, there might be a small chance for some scattered little showers of snow. Not really going to be anything major. Let's see if anything else is showing the same thing or anything different. This one is showing that actually really doesn't even show those showers. Tomorrow night. This one doesn't show much either in terms of showers. So those showers might just well, there's a little bit tomorrow evening or afternoon on this one. But yeah, I really would not count on those showers. It really seems like it's only the HRRR showing those. But what all of the models seem to show is that the lake effect snow that is ongoing on the lake is going to shift back onto shore as we head into Wednesday evening. Now, how much of it and how far inland it smoops really varies, but I would not expect much at all. Now let's take a look at our winds. We know it's going to be calm for at least the first half of this, just from yesterday's video, but I'm thinking that as that surface low gets closer to our area, the winds are probably going to pick up. Is that going to happen as early as Thursday morning? Who knows? But let's just take a little quick peek through here. And no, not yet. In fact, the whole period, we're looking below 10-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Although we are starting to see some colors pop up in Wisconsin up here. So, yeah, there probably is some stronger winds associated with that surface low that we'll see as it gets closer to our area. Excuse me. Now let's take a look at the wind gusts. It's taking a minute to think. There it goes. Again, right now we're looking at maybe 10 miles per hour, and it really just calms. It's calm the rest of the whole period. From tonight, tomorrow night, and into tomorrow or Thursday morning. Calm winds, which is good in my book. If you have some plans that involve winds, then probably not so good for you. But don't fret too much, because we definitely have some stronger gusts on the way starting to show up here in Wisconsin with the arrival of that surface low. Looking at 20, even little pockets of 30-mile-an-hour gusts there, and I imagine that those will only make their way closer to our area as we head deeper into Thursday and into Thursday night as well. Now finally, let's take a look at cloud cover. Now, of course, the colors are just different heights for the clouds, so blue is low level, green mid-level, red high level. And right now we do have some clouds, although it looks like it should be starting to clear out relatively soon. Oh well, maybe not entirely, but there shouldn't be complete cloud cover, which is kind of what I'm seeing right now. And we shouldn't have complete cloud cover pretty much the rest of the day. Excuse me. Into the evening and into the overnight. Of course, there will be some clouds, but it shouldn't be 100% cover. There should be spots of sun here or there as we go through the day and then of course some spots of moon overnight. Looks like it remains fairly clear, at least it should, as we head into tomorrow morning. And then some mid-level clouds start to move in and complicate things a bit. Maybe we may or may not see still. And then maybe we get another brief little opening as we head into tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Towards the mid-late afternoon tomorrow into the evening. Then it should be pretty much cloudy after that. Thursday, you can expect cloudiness, I think, is a fair assessment. That's pretty much all I have for today. If you haven't noticed at the very end here, I've had a cat join me. And, oh, you all right? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.